It's been about a week since Mass Effect Legendary Edition dropped. A lot of people experiencing the game for the first time. I'm really excited to get the takes of people that have never played these games before and see what they think about it. It should be an interesting time to see those come in. However, because we're in a very strange new age, people are also taking their real world views on things and applying it to the game. The biggest casualty of this is Garrus, of course, because he's a space policeman. So that, of course, is going to have people quite upset with him. So he's been getting a lot of hate. It's really interesting. Him and Ashley are getting a lot of hate because, well, we got to defund the space police. Here's some tweets about Garrus. Ashley Williams from Mass Effect would have absolutely stormed the Capitol. We also need to come to terms with Garrus being a cop who leaves his job so he can exert deadly force without consequence and wears armored covered in blue lines. Uh-oh. Got some more. F the police, and that means Garrus too. He's a cop who quit the force because they weren't fashionist enough. So, this is funny. As you know, I did a video on this the other day. Everyone was saying we need to defund Sheppard. What would it be like to defund the Normandy? Which you gotta admit, that's some funny stuff. Well, now there's a new suggestion. One to make you a real gamer. We need to take the choice of male or female Sheppard away from you. And this author insists that you play Mass Effect as a woman. You'll regret completing this space trilogy series as a dude. So this is funny. And what makes this funny is Slate, from what I remember, published several articles, or at least one, on why they wanted the player choice of playing as a male or female in the upcoming Assassin's Creed game. Actually, let me take that back. The one that already came out is the one based on Vikings. I didn't play it. I'm not a big fan of Assassin's Creed games. That's not really for me. If you dig them, that's cool. I did like the one in the Greek times. I did play that one. I liked that one, but that's the only one that I really got into. But anyway, they were pissed that you weren't allowed to, or that you were allowed to pick. Like, seriously, because the player choice data published from the company Ubisoft said, oh, well, overwhelmingly, people chose to play as the guy. And that was seen as sexist. And what's funny is the same logic is being pushed here. 80% of the Mass Effect players pick male Sheppard. I want to be clear. I don't think it's wrong to play as FemShep. I actually played the original trilogy as FemShep, mostly just because it's a third-person game and you get a back row seat, if you know what I'm saying. And that's entirely why I did it. And the woman who plays her voice does a really good job. In fact, I somewhat agree with the author of this article that I think her performance is better, but it doesn't matter. If people want to play as a dude, that's their business. But this author almost goes as far as to saying that if you don't play as FemShep, you're a sexist. It almost makes me want to play this trilogy again, but as a dude, because this kind of writing completely turns me off to going back and playing as FemShep, because of the fact that it's being said that because I'm picking her, or because if I were to pick the guy, it's because I'm an insecure male. For real. Let me go through this little bit right here. So it starts right here, but there's one choice you absolutely shouldn't make. Do not under any circumstances play the protagonist as a guy. And then it goes on to break down the logic I was telling you about earlier According to BioWare, more than 80% of Mass Effect players chose to play as the male version of Sheppard over the course of the trilogy's initial release. And I'm sure most of these players just simply didn't know any better. And then the author goes into praising the voice, and she did a good job. Like I said, I played as the female Sheppard, and she does do a really good job. But if you choose not to play as her, it's because you missed this voice performance due to your male insecurity, or because male Sheppard is the quick start option. Yeah, right. You're basically saying that dudes are just insecure. That's why they don't want to play as the chick. I don't think there's anything wrong with dudes wanting to play as the dude. What is wrong with that? But of course, it's because, well, you're a insecure, toxic man. And that's what it always is. And it goes on here to say, oh, the reason that she's more compelling is because she just has it harder than the male Sheppard, even though everything is the same. A couple of differences here and there between the fact that you're a woman or a man with certain characters, but it's nothing that alters the game. It's just small little differences in romances and the people that you interact with here and there. But there's no real difference in the struggles of the character. Okay, but they make the point out. They make sure to point out here, if you had an excellent female boss, or if, like me, you supported Elizabeth Warren's candidacy for president, there's something in there you may recognize. If you never have, then you more than anyone need to play this video game as female Sheppard. Maybe you'll get woke playing as female Sheppard. That's the hope here. So this is funny shit. This has got to be the funniest article that I've found so far, and I'm just breezing through it and giving you the gist of it because there's no need to go through this whole thing. So basically, if you don't play as female Sheppard, you are an istophobe, toxic man, and you need to play as female Sheppard because apparently it's going to wake you up out of your toxic masculine shell. Does that sound ridiculous? It should, because it is. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.